Welcome to Bible study. We have been studying families. We went back to the beginning, started out real early. Last week we were looking at Jacob and Esau. We realized we're part of God's family, but realize also that, you know what? We have families here that we're put on earth with, that we grow up with together. Last week we learned about two brothers that really had some mean stuff going on, not to be outdone by this week. This week we're talking about Joseph. Now, Joseph was one of the youngest of many brothers, and also he was his parents' favorite. So you know what? His brothers didn't like that very much. And so they were kind of mean to him sometimes. And I wanted to share a verse with you guys. This is this week's verse. It's Philippians 2, chapter 4. It says this. It says, "Everyone should look out not only for his own interest, but also for the interest of others." Now, when we think about that verse doesn't just deal with family members, but it's a verse that I tell my family all the time. I know I have Noah and Lainey, and a lot of times they just might be being a little selfish and wanting what they want instead of what their brother or sister wants. And so I think that verse really helps us to put things in perspective, especially with our families, and go, you know what? Maybe we should think about what others want to do instead of just what we want to do. Because when we do that, everybody's happy. Because you know what? If we're being happy because we're doing what they want to do, then they're happy because they want to do it. And we're happy as well. So putting the needs of others is a very important lesson that we're going to learn today. Now, Joseph had some very unfortunate circumstances. And in the end, he could have not worried about the needs of his family, but he put the needs of his family and he met those needs. And you'll see how he does that in the end of this story. So, for our story today, we are going to do a little special segment that I like to call Bro Evan Time Machine. Now, in Bro Evan Time Machine, what I do is I bring a biblical character with me to current times, and we talk about what their life was like back when they lived during biblical times. And today, our special character is Joseph on Bro Evan Time Machine. Let's see what's going on. All right, we're here with our special guest today, Joseph. You may have heard of him. This is one of his different, we flash back a little, this is one of his earlier outfits, not his later outfit. But Joseph.
It's not that Technicolor one they had me wear.
No, it's not that crazy coat. So what was life like growing up as a kid for you?
Whole bunch of craziness, you know. I grew up with lots and lots of brothers.
Oh.
And you know how it is at Thanksgiving meal. Somebody doesn't get the turkey. Most of the time it was me. But, you know, it was a good time. We all loved each other and, you know, just chaotic.
Yes.
Chaotic, man. Chaotic.
I'd imagine with as many brothers as you had, some crazy things happened. And, you know, every now and then when you have brothers that are close in age, sometimes you might be mean to one another.
Oh.
Yeah. Can you remember maybe the worst thing that your brothers ever did to you? If you had to pick one, what would it be?
Oh, if I only had to pick one, the list goes on and on.
Oh, yeah.
List goes on. Oh, there was that one time I got drug around by a sheep.
Oh. Man.
Yeah.
Bruised,
dirty, yeah.
Was that the worst one or anything worse than that?
Oh, no. Oh, now that you mention it, there was this one time where my brothers got really jealous of me. And, you know, because I'm one of the youngest, I'm the favorite.
Of course.
You know how it goes.
Of course.
And so what they did was, see, my dad gave me this really cool coat. That Technicolor one I was telling you about. You know what I'm saying? And you see, they were so jealous of it. And what they did was, you won't believe it. They took it, they threw me into a pit, cut the robe all into pieces and put blood on it. And they sold me to people. So they gave me away from the family.
They put blood on it? What was the blood for? What did they tell your parents?
They told them I have got eaten by some wild animals.
Oh.
It was crazy, man.
So then you were sold and you left. So what was life like once you left there? Was it hard or was it easy? I mean, that can't be an easy life.
Oh, it was anything but easy, man. It was anything but easy. I mean, let's see. I felt betrayed. I felt mistreated. I just felt like nobody loved me.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard, man. I was like, where did my family go?
So what type of things did you do at the new place? Like, how long did it take? Did you have to travel days and days and days? You know, it's not like now where we can just fly everywhere.
Exactly. That would be cool, you know. Get you on a jet ride first class, stay at an Airbnb. Man, That's the way to go now. But back then, it wasn't like that. I remember we would walk for days and on end. But once we got there, life wasn't all so bad.
Really?
Yeah. At first, I thought it was bad because I was working, you know. But then, I don't know why. I guess because I'm the favorite. They decided to put me in charge of these people. And see, there was this famine that came across. We all know what a famine is, right?
Right. No food. No food.
No food, no thing. They put me in charge of it. So for the whole town, the whole city, I was in charge.
So y'all had some food.
We had some food. We had some food. We harvested food. It took us 7 years. We harvested food. We got all this food, and then for 7 years we had a famine.
Oh.
And so for those 7 whole years, we did not have food. And so I was in charge of letting people have food. So I would give them the food that they need. Give them the food that they need. Give them the food that they need. How crazy is that?
Big responsibility. You obviously had to be liked a lot to be in charge.
It was
of that.
huge. Yeah, I could have been because I was so loyal and I loved the people I was working for. I interpreted dreams. I did all these awesome, cool stuff for them.
Oh, and they liked that. So you were in charge. So you're in charge of all this food.
Yeah,
Now, when you were in charge of all that food, anything crazy happen? Anybody come visit you with the food?
Let's see. I had my long lost cousin twice removed that I never met.
Uh-huh.
He probably came once or twice. I had that family next door.
Oh,
Let's see. I had the king, of course.
of course.
Of course.
I bet you gave him a lot. Did you give the king a lot?
A double.
Yeah.
Now that you think of it, I think my brothers came one time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Matter of fact, yeah, they did. I do remember distinctly. I'm getting old.
Yeah.
I'm getting old over here. I can't hardly remember.
That gray beard, I could see.
That gray beard, you know.
Yeah, not the rest of your hair, but just the beard.
Yeah, I use that just for men in my hair.
Oh, nice. So, so when your brothers came, do you think they recognized you?
Oh no, because before I see all this, I didn't have this before I went.
Oh,
No, I changed my parents a lot.
yes. So they didn't realize it was you.
No, they did not realize it was me. And guess what? I made it a little game. I kept it from them. They
What?
had no idea it was me the whole time.
No way.
Yeah.
So you sent them back home first,
The first time, yeah. I sent them back home and let them go.
and then they came back.
But then they came back. But before they left, I said, "Hey, bring back your little brother, because since I'm their brother, I know they have a little brother at home."
Yes.
But they didn't know I know, so I told them. And so you see, since I'm no longer there, Dad was really scared of letting go of his youngest son, because the youngest son was his new favorite. Since I'm not there, of course.
Figures.
And so I told him to bring his son back. And guess what? They did. The next time they brought the sons back.
Oh, so they're all the brothers are there
So
now.
all the brothers are here, and I was able to see my youngest brother, who at the time did not do anything to harm me. He was still young. He wasn't even there.
Oh. So I bet you were you still mad at these brothers? This is a long time, right?
This was a long time. It's been a lot of years, you know, a lot older than Brother Evan.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. So I mean, I've had time to have anger and all this madness and stuff, because you know this was my family and they hurt me a long time.
Yes.
So I had a lot of anger and stuff stored up inside of me.
So it would have been fun to tell them, no food for you.
It would have been very, very fun. But I kept my commands, I kept my wishes, and I gave them food. But I did not tell them who I was.
Really?
Not until my little brother.
Oh.
He was the only one who knew who I was.
Wow.
Because I trusted him. I loved him a lot.
So did they how did they react to this? Were they just shocked? Did they think, how would you be so nice to us? Or what did y'all celebrate, or what happened?
Exactly. They were so shocked that I was still alive and that I was doing well.
Yeah.
And that I was actually in charge.
Yeah.
See, they thought, we're getting rid of him. Phooey. and throw me in a pit and sell me and never see me again. But little did they know, in the biggest time of need, they were going to need moi.
Yes. So, family, what we've learned is from you, family, you can forgive them.
Oh yeah, they can be mean to you.
Yes.
They can hurt you.
Yes.
But they're family, and we always love them, and we always wish them the best. We always, always, always forgive them.
Excellent. Excellent advice from Joseph about family matters. Next week, we may have a new character, and we'll be talking about the end of the world.
Oh.
See you next week. It'll be a crazy one.
It will. Well, better go put on my Technicolor dream coat.
See you later, Joseph.
See ya.
Well, Joseph had an opportunity there that he could have really driven the dagger into his family that was mean to him and not given them food, not let them survive. But that's not what happened. He loved them. He put their needs first, and he said, yeah, let me give you some food. Joseph was an example of forgiving and loving family no matter what. So you know what? That's a great example for us to remember. Even when family's mean to us, we still love them just like Joseph loved his family. And so I wanted to highlight one more verse, and it's been our key verse for the last 5 weeks. Hopefully you know it by now. Psalm 139:14 says this: I will praise you because I have been remarkably and wonderfully made. It says your works are wondrous, and I know this very well. One thing I want you to remember during this time is we are remarkably made by God, okay? And he makes us with a specific purpose. He makes us with a specific plan. And part of that plan is, you know what? To look a little different than the world. Now, I promise you, when we are nice and loving to our brothers and sisters, even though they might not be nice and loving to us, that is different than the normal world. And what we have to remember is God made us remarkable. He made us different, okay? And so think about all the ways God has made us different. Hopefully you've been keeping a journal the last few weeks about your family and ways you can pray for your family. Remember, I know your family's who you're with all the time. It's who you get to spend more time with. And remember, we talked about how sometimes that's bad because they annoy us more. But also, you know what? We're around them so much. We love them so much. Let's show our family God's love and not being mean to them, not hating on them. Let's make sure to show our family God's love just like we show others God's love, all right? So, let's be good to our families, and don't forget to join us for Brick House Today.